You are now keeping it peachy, keeping it peachy, keeping it peachy with Koi. Hi everyone, welcome back to Keep It Peachy with Koi, where we discuss real topics, we really laugh, and we have open dialogue. Today's topic is going to be about colorism. So you might be asking yourself, what is colorism? Well, by definition, colorism is discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic and racial group. Okay, so the reason why I picked this topic for this week's discussion is because colorism has been in the media for the last couple of days because of an interview that Azealia Banks did on The Breakfast Club. If you have not checked out that interview, I suggest that you go and check that out. So anywho, I'll just give you a quick rundown of what that interview was about. So I believe his name is DJ Envy. He asked Azealia about her comment regarding Cardi B. And so basically Azealia answers saying that she feels that Cardi can get away with basically murder. Basically, she feels that if a black person, a black woman, was to do the things that Cardi B does, being ghetto, illiterate, or all of these other insults that she included, that we would be ridiculed for it. And so the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because a lot of people were saying like, oh, Azealia is a hater and Azealia didn't make a point. Now, first, I want to start by saying that this video is not to bring Cardi B down or anything like that, because at the end of the day, Cardi built her success from the strip club to the stage, and no one can be upset about that because at the end of the day, we all want to win. What I did like about her interview was that she brought up that 2 years ago, Beyonce and Solange and all of these different artists were like pushing a narrative that was more positive when it comes to black women. But I want to remove her from the narrative only because I feel like it's unfair to make this issue that has been in the black community a Cardi B issue. I feel like it's just an issue that needs to be talked about because, yeah, let's just have an educated conversation about it. This is something that has been like embedded in children and they grow into adults, and it's just like a cycle. The reason why I say that is I just want to tell a little bit of my story. When I was around 10 years old, elementary, I used to draw with this guy all the time, and he was considered my boyfriend. And when I say that, it's like a boy that's actually a friend, not like a boyfriend. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I just remember like us drawing, and we would go to PE together, and we were all like, but he would always be by me. And so one day we're talking, I can't remember exactly what we were doing because I was 8, but I do remember her saying, you don't need to be talking to her. She's dark. You need someone that's lighter. And so I just remember being like, what does this mean? Because I knew I was different. But at the end of the day, I just felt like I'm different, you're different, everybody's different. But it brought a new perspective to my own skin tone. And it did give me a silent insecurity where I always felt like, am I beautiful enough? Is being dark a bad thing? So as years went on and I got older, I realized that it's in our music, but it's not only in our music, it's in the stores when it came down to like Barbie dolls and music. The music industry would always push forward a lighter being better, right? And so then I started looking at magazines when it came down to movies. It's like they build this stereotype of an angry, uneducated, lazy, dark black woman to represent black women. And I felt like, black women all around the world, we already have a disadvantage. And the reason why I say that, and it's not giving an excuse to not want to get educated, not to work hard, but we always have to work harder. And the reason for that is because there's already this stereotype that black women have to fight against. So I have to make sure you know I'm not ghetto. I have to make sure that you know that I'm educated and that I can read and I can write and I can express myself verbally. And it's just a pressure on the Black community, period. But it's extra when it comes to women because women are already seen as being weak. And so then when you have this segregation within the women, that light and dark, or light is privilege, dark is you better be a hard worker, you better be all of this. And you know, of course, like me and my friends, we have discussions a lot about just how corporate America is with Black people. I believe that colorism is always being swept under the rug in the Black community because no one ever wants to address the hardcore issues. Just a lot of different things that I feel like Black women always have to make sure that our presence is felt and that it's understood that all Black women are not like that. And so it's funny because Azealia brings up a good point. If I was to go out and I would call women names and do all this, I'm a game banger, people would be like, oh, she's a typical Black girl. And I just feel like it's not fair to say those things about me, but if someone takes my features, then it's glorified and it's applauded. Colorism has gotten so bad that you have people bleaching, and it's disheartening because bleaching is definitely not something that you would want to do. And I was reading some comments about Azealia buying bleach cream, and she was giving her explanation on why she's bleaching her skin for discoloration. But you have people in different cultures where they have to bleach their skin to feel appreciated. You have the Black community being introduced and doing bleaching. Then you have the Caribbean community where they're lightening their skin because of artists that have previously done it, like for instance Vibes Cartel. Then you have like the Asian community, they're bleaching their skin to be fairer. And then you have the Indian community, they are seen as, you know, lighter is right as well. It's like a class system, and I feel like it's unfair to treat us like we are beneath or below when we're, at the end of the day, we're all Black. Who are we really trying to fit in with? Because at the end of the day, the Black community, if we were to stick together, if we were to empower each other, the next generation would see that. I mean, that's just my opinion on things. I'm not saying that it's a quick fix because you have to have everyone to contribute to a new message when it comes to Black people. And so then it'll change how Black women are being seen. Now, don't get me wrong, like I appreciate movies like The Black Panther because I feel like that was like when you could really see the intelligence, dark-skinned Black woman. Let me be specific. The reason why is because it's rare. So people clung to that because we are intelligent. When I have children, a little girl, little boy, to see that and say, I can be intelligent, I can be into science, I can be into technology, I can be anything that I want to be. We had a Black president. That was a wonderful thing. We had a first lady that was Black, and that was an important thing. That was an important visual. I just want to say that we have to be better examples when we are in the spotlight. You have to be better examples when you're not in the spotlight, because everybody, to me, is in the spotlight. When you go out and you act a certain way and someone young sees you acting that way, you're in a spotlight to them. And so at the end of the day, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's a quick fix, but it needs to be fixed. It needs to be discussed. And at the end of the day, we just have to be aggressive with the change that we want to see in our community. And so I make this charge to you to just to think about your actions before you do them. Just think about what you're doing, why you're doing it, because someone is looking up to you. And so how do we fix this? We fix this by being accountable for our own actions, changing the narrative around Black stereotypes, and really working as a Black community to just uplift each other. Because at the end of the day, to other races, we're Black. It ain't light, it's not dark, it's not brown, you're Black. And so let's just be united. Let's start with unity. You know, we could work towards putting us in the media as just a better community of people that are positive, that are educated, that are not overweight, that are not lazy, but hard workers. We can change the narrative if we take the opportunity to take charge of ourselves and then teach our next generation, the generation after that, what it means to be a Black educated person in America, in any other country. And so, hey, I hope that you enjoyed my topic today. If I left out anything, or if you want to share with me below any colorism that you have experienced, and how can we create a dialogue between each other about building ourselves up as a community. This has been a wonderful experience just to sit and express some things. And like I said, I look forward to you subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. And I do love to read the comments, so leave them below. Until next time, P Squad, deuces.